So I'm graduating in only 3 years with a non-accredited diploma. Seems like I'm a prototype student straight out of the concept paper for the new Antioch College. But really, I didn't want to be here. I want to graduate from Antioch College. I have been picturing my commencement since the end of my first year, when I saw the class of 2007 graduate in Kelly Hall. I looked at the students speaking, singing, and receiving their diplomas. And I thought, this is exactly the type of person I want to become. Fearless, but vulnerable. Sensitive, but unapologetic. Strong, but genuine. I still have the journal in which the next day at the airport I wrote, "There is nothing in the world that can prevent me from graduating from Antioch College." A month and a half later, of course, I learned that apparently there was indeed something that could prevent me from graduating from Antioch College, and it was called Antioch University. I regained hope, however, when I heard Hassan and Julian speak to the board at the Cincinnati meeting, when I witnessed the magic of Antioch alumni organizing, and when, on an evening in March 2008, Ellen Borgerson stood in the middle of the caf, went ding, ding, ding on her glass, and announced to an exploding room that, whatever happened, Antioch College would be open in Yellow Springs next year. But whether I do end up graduating in 2010, as I planned, or in 2016, as the NCA planned, or whether I follow Andre Block's advice and get my BA from Antioch University, Seattle, my year at NonStop will stand out as the most challenging, unique, life-changing experience to have affected my education and my being in ways that go beyond a simple Antioch experience. And I can already hear alumni protesting this and saying that there is no simple Antioch experience. But trust me, this place, you have no idea. And I'm grateful to be given the chance to celebrate this. I am honored to be among my fellow graduates here. We are of the toxic generation, but we have managed to reappropriate this disparaging, unjust, and unqualified term and make it ours, a synonymous for rebelliousness and integrity. All of us here have entered in a difficult time and made it through here, despite it all. We are a phantom survivor class, sliding in an interstice and holding tight between Antioch past and future. Students here are heroic. Students here are fighters. Students here are Antioch. The other day, I described my year at NonStop to a former community manager as a co-op from hell. But don't Antiochians always say they learn the most from their worst co-op? This contradiction of opportunity in adversity is, I believe, the common crux of our Antioch education cross-generationally. This year, I cried, yelled, got fed up, decided to leave about 27 times, but I made it, and now I know that I can go through anything. Through our successes and failures, but most importantly, through the very struggle, I learned about community and solidarity. I learned about power and privilege. I learned about education and its intricate relationship with shared governance and participation. I learned to chair a meeting, design a budget, write minutes, design outreach brochures, write policy, make food for 60 people, and effectively disrupt Board of Trustees meetings. But most importantly, I've learned resilience. I've learned to hang on and fight, to stand uncertainty and fear, to endure breakdowns and losses of hope, and to go against all odds. This is my Antioch education. NonStop has been against all odds from the start and all the way through. Faculty who had suffered years of professional abuse under the university leadership once again took risks and made sacrifices to set up educational barricades around campus and defended our sacred grounds on behalf of the entire Antioch community for yet another year, with minimal resources and the shadow of uncertainty hanging once more over their heads. Students braved financial barriers, lack of accreditation, a social scene comparable to that of outer Siberia, and often parental outrage to come to a precarious project, thereby resigning all hopes of ever being considered sane when, in conversation, they are asked, "So, what exactly is it you're doing?" The unaccredited diplomas that we are receiving today are heavy with the work, love, and tears that we have poured into it. They represent commitment to values, to place and people over efficiency and profit, and the proof that great education can happen outside of fancy buildings, hint, hint. Through our tenacity, our boldness, we have written something much bigger than ourselves. We are a slap in the face of Tony Murdoch's vision of corporatized university, her adjunctified faculty, commodified staff, and market demand education. NonStop as a movement, NonStop as a symbol, NonStop as a victory holds a significance within the historical movement against the neoliberal attack on universities, and I'm guessing we will only be fully aware of its impact in years to come. We here chose Antioch to be activists, to learn to be activists, and we sure got what we came for. And our victory for humanity might not yet be won, but we now know what such a promise entails. Today we are finally close to achieving the independence that we have fought so hard for. And I may graduate from Antioch College one day, but who knows what Antioch will be then. For the past 2 years, those of us on the ground have witnessed and are still witnessing a human hemorrhage as we lost dedicated and talented staff, a unique and thriving student culture, and world-class faculty members. Few of us remain now, and every day that passes is cause for more collateral damage, and we feel like yelling, "Stop! Someone contain the bleeding." Soon the heart will stop beating at all. But we're still hanging on, hopeful, in an Antiochian mixture of patience and boisterousness, otherwise known as resistance. The introduction quote from Harten Negri's book Empire reads, "People fight and lose the battle, and the thing that they fought for comes about in spite of their defeat. And then it turns out not to be what they meant, and others have to fight for what they meant under another name. This is NonStop. We're Antiochians. We're still here, and it's not over yet." Thank you.